Here we are in Bangkok, Thailand. This is January 2025, and we're in the MRT Lumphini station. And MRT is the Metropolitan Rail Transit System of Bangkok. It's quite extensive. And here we're in the subway. And they have levels of subway trains, very modern, very clean, very nice, very comfortable. And of course, this area is heavily air conditioned. And that's greatly appreciated, especially in the tropical climate of Bangkok, Thailand. Now here we're exiting the train section, and now we're going to see something quite interesting. Here at the Lumphini station, it connects directly with a very large, elaborate entrance to a very interesting mixed-use development. It was developed by Fraser Properties, one of Thailand's largest conglomerates, and it's called One Bangkok. And they spent approximately $3.9 billion US to build this facility. Now, what is a mixed-use development? Well, what we've done, we've combined into one great big complex extensive business suites, office building, a tower that extends high into the sky. We have retail, extensive retail, especially drugstores, grocery stores, restaurants, clothing, everything that you can positively imagine. And then, of course, condominiums. That's right, very nice luxury condominiums. So if you want to open an office here in Bangkok, Thailand, you can rent an office suite and then purchase a condominium or possibly rent it, and you have no reason to leave the facility. You don't need a car because you have direct access to the MRT system of Thailand, which can take you all over. And this is quite fascinating. Now, this is actually the below street level floor. So you're actually in the, quote, basement. Very cool, very quiet, very comfortable. And yes, look at all of these different retail stores. And remember, you live here. So here you come down in your pajamas and flip-flops, and you can have dinner there in a choice of many restaurants. Some are inexpensive and some are very luxurious and exclusive. You can have an ice cream at Dairy Queen, or maybe you see an article of clothing that you'd like to purchase. You can do all of your business right here. So, quite fascinating. You could live your life without ever actually going outside. But if you wanted to venture out into the center section, there's a nice kind of very should say picturesque type of park that is quite interesting, and you could experience the tropical weather of Bangkok. Now, they haven't been open for a long time, so you can see that they still are trying to rent some of the retail spaces. Oftentimes when you see the mural, what that means is that that space is available. And here's something interesting. You see, this is an international community, so you see all types of international shops. You see restaurants and different types of franchises from all over the world. So here we see different types of restaurants, and there's a very famous chocolate shop there that's from Dubai. And they have ice cream, quite extensive. In fact, all these people are waiting in line to sample the Dubai chocolate ice cream. It's very interesting. So here we go. Now imagine living here. This is where you live. And here we see this is a drugstore, and this is a big one. So all of your needs, from toothpaste, toothbrushes, cosmetics, shampoos, soaps, everything that you could possibly imagine, here, right there, within just a few hundred yards of your front door. Now, as you actually look at the complex, for instance, the business suites are isolated and they have extreme security. So you're not going to get on the elevator to rise up into a business section unless you have a corresponding key card, and they have security people standing right there. So they want to make sure that they don't have people wandering where they shouldn't be. And then, of course, obviously in the condominium section, that also is secured. So they make sure that you have to have your key card or even facial recognition, this is interesting, to gain access to the front door of your condo. Now, obviously, you're paying a stiff condo fee and paying rent there for your office suite, and that includes all of the maintenance there for the building and, of course, security. Now, on this trip, we didn't venture outside, so we're not seeing the outside of the structure. We're just really staying in the lower below ground section because it's quite extensive. And there we see all of these restaurants because they know they have a captive audience. Think about it, the lunchtime crowd, always the same people, the evening crowd. Hey, why venture outside when you can enjoy fine dining right here in your quote own home? And the business time, don't forget lunch. That's right. I've got a huge office building full of patrons there for the lunchtime. And of course, early morning, we mustn't forget coffee. Yes, really some potential here. So I see Japanese, Chinese, Middle Eastern, and of course, obviously, we mustn't forget things like Dairy Queen. So here we have a little American flair. Now, one thing that's interesting when you look at the people, I see an awful lot of people that are Thai, but you'll notice that you see people from the Middle East, and when people from Japan and China, sometimes it's hard to pick them out, but yes, this is one Bangkok.